Normally I don't do this. I don't do this. I've been thinking about some things, guys. I wanna talk about some shit. And I'm like a fucking nobody, like in the streaming world, obviously. Nothing happened yet. Some shit's about to go down though. This isn't gonna be like a normal one of my streams. I wanna have a serious talk with you guys about some shit that I've been ignoring for a while because it's 100% none of my business, but I do have an opinion on it. So I just wanna voice that. And if you agree, cool. If you don't, cool. I'm gonna give it a little bit of preempt. I normally don't do reaction videos. So we'll see how this goes. This is a couple weeks old by now. So most of you know about the Dr. Disrespect situation that's been happening. Most of you have an opinion on that. The Dr. Disrespect thing. So as you know, the doc got banned in 2020. Nobody knew why at the time. It came out 4 years later from some motherfucker with a loud mouth that had no proof that he was caught sexting. Can I say sexting? On Twitch, I just did. Sexting a minor back in 2020. Now, I feel a certain type of way about that. In 2020, I wasn't watching this guy. I barely knew who the fuck he was. Like, he was a very prominent name in the streaming community, but I was not in the community like that, so I didn't know who he was. He's a big dude. He essentially was the face of Twitch back at the time that this happened. I really need a script for these things, but I'm posting a reaction video to kind of guide me through this fuck story that is me reacting to the situation, because that should keep me a little bit more on track, and let's see how it goes. But before we get into today's video, as always, guys, if you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel so you never miss another video. If there's something you want to see, drop me a comment. Chances are I'll see it, and we can probably make that happen. Also, tell your friends. They might like the content too. Anything like that really helps a channel like mine grow. So I appreciate the support, guys. Keep it up.
YouTube, what's going on today, man? Listen. In today's YouTube upload, we're going to be weighing in on Dr. Disrespect and his return stream yesterday. I do want to start this video off by saying that this entire situation sucks!
I also want to start my stream off by saying this shit happened like 3 weeks ago.
Yet here we are. And like a lot of things in life, we're going to push right through. If you like the video, don't forget to like the video. And comment down below and give me your thoughts on everything, man. I know a lot of you guys have a lot to say. I will be going through the comments. But as soon as that football is kicked off at 12 o'clock, you will not see me for a long time.
I don't watch football. I will respond to your comments immediately. I got a leg up on Nick Merckx. Yeah, that was an arm, but my leg's up too. You just can't see it.
As always, guys, enjoy the upload. I'll see you soon. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Go Blue. It's game day, man. We're doing this.
Transpired over the last couple months.
We got to do it, though, man.
Am I excited to be back?
We got to let the man speak his piece.
Type of world.
See what he says.
Good to be back.
Get a vibe check, you know?
Degree.
Get a vibe
check. Figure out this monetization thing. So it's September 25th.
Hair, I didn't even start yet. Just stop.
5th is basically when we can reapply for partnership on YouTube. For almost 4 years, the public demanded to hear from the doc regarding the Twitch suspension. Yeah. I guess since you all missed the point with my personal statement, maybe it's time to tell my side of the story. You see, there was a lawsuit pending, and as part of that arbitration, all parties were not allowed to speak publicly about the case. I respected those rules. Right. My lawsuit against Twitch was eventually resolved, as you all know. And then, as part of the settlement, all parties were still prohibited from speaking publicly about the case or the settlement. However, if one side violated that confidentiality, then the other side could respond. Again, I respected all the confidential obligations.
Okay, coming from... No, that's really him. That is absolutely him 100%.
Bruh.
I mean, has Dr. Disrespect never not been the Wish version of Freddie Mercury? Come on now. Coming from somebody who's been through the legal system personally, there are 2 reasons why he didn't speak up on the situation. Because he actually did have a legally binding contract, like an NDA, to not talk about it unless somebody else talked about it. Or he just didn't want to bring it up because he's guilty. And I'm not saying A or B. I'm saying those are the only 2 options. But yeah, I mean, possibly. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. It's a possibility. He was definitely messaging kids. The nature of those messages is what's in question. And how old that kid was also in question right now. But like, it is true. If you get like a litigation against you in something like this, they're going to tell the defendant and the other party not to talk about it. It's been settled. Let's just let it go. And it's not like a criminal charge if one of the parties talks about it, obviously, but the other party has the opportunity legally at that point to defend themselves. We'll see. We'll see. Let's go.
But apparently Twitch's own disgruntled employees didn't feel the need to...
Okay, before we get... It's crazy that he's doing this whole thing in character, by the way.
Cody Connors, ex-Twitch employee, wasn't even involved, leaks Twitch's reported reason. But why do this? What was the point? This was settled.
I'm gonna stop you right there, because at this point, it looks like you're asking why he actually did something that was justified. I'm not saying that's the case, but right now, that's how it looks. Why would you do that? Twitch settled it. It doesn't matter. Like, it got settled.
Professionally. And you, knowing how black and white the internet is, you decided, you fucking rat, to leak the reported reason Twitch banned me in 2020. Did you not know the repercussions from spewing lies about the two-time? Did you not know the repercussions of accusing me, Cody Connors? You don't know shit, and it was obvious from your tweet. You didn't have any first-hand knowledge of my dispute with Twitch. You said that I got banned from Twitch because I was sexting a minor through Whisper's messages. Do you even know what the legal definition of sexting is? I do.
Oh! Why? Why? You know how fucked up that sounds? Like, that does not sound okay, bro. You could have started this any other way. Like, who cares about the legal? Yeah, exactly. Who cares about the legal? Like, yes. All right, I'm just gonna stop before I give like my full take on it, because it's clear he didn't do anything illegal. That doesn't mean that he didn't do some fucked up shit, okay?
And yeah, I used Twitch's whispers, but trust me, I wasn't sexting anyone. You also said the word minor, Cody. I even made sure that word was emphasized in my statement, edited, etc., just to make sure these so-called journalists would pick up on it. And boy, oh boy, did they ever.
No fucking shit! You're Dr. Disrespect!
Yep. When you and all these so-called journalists, Cody, fired off your tweets, did any of you consider that the Twitch user may have been over the legal age of consent at the time of the messages? You didn't.
A minor. What do you guys consider a minor in chat? 21? Because, like, in my state, you can't even buy cigarettes anymore under the age of 21. Is that a minor? What's a minor? Like, are we talking about other stuff? Like the age of 18? 17 is a minor. If you're 18, as a 35-year-old man, let's just say I was messaging an 18-year-old inappropriately. How would you feel about that? I'm not trying to elicit a response. I just want your genuine response. That is the issue in question right now, because like he made that known. Age of consent. I have nothing in common with an 18-year-old, and even legally speaking, you're absolutely right. That's the line of lines. They were 18, right? Nobody can say anything. Is it weird? A little bit? That I'm like twice your age? Me, personally, like that I'm twice your age? A little bit, but nothing, like no crime was committed. They're an adult. I'm trying to like ease into my take on it. From where he's coming from, right now he kind of, I'm not gonna say he has his back against the wall, but I'm gonna say he has his back against the wall. When you use the term age of consent, you're not talking about an 18-year-old, because 18, my friends, is not the age of consent. 18 is a federally legal adult all across the United States. Can we all have a consensus on that before we continue? If the person is 18 and it was consensual, it's legal. Yeah, he didn't say that though. This motherfucker used the term age of consent. I'll continue.
Neither did any of these journalists, and neither did Twitch at the time of the ban. You also tried to tell the world that I was trying to meet up with this user at TwitchCon, but you're wrong. Let's set the record straight. I never intended to meet this user ever. We never made plans to meet at TwitchCon or anywhere else, and in fact, we never met.
Amazing! Good for you. Seriously, you actually didn't plan to meet up with the Twitch user that was like of the age of consent? That's great. Once again, I'm not trying to throw somebody under the bus that hard. The litigation actually determined he was criminally convicted of no wrongdoing. Like nothing. Criminally, he didn't do anything wrong. Like, we'll get into it. But like, you had no intention of meeting this person at TwitchCon? Great. Does that even need, do you need to say that? No. You fucking better not have. Because if that was even taken into consideration, it doesn't matter how old the person was at the age of consent. Because age of consent is under the age of 18. Do you know in like in India, the age of consent is fucking like 12 to 14 years old? Are we even really talking about that right now?
In person, ever. Your bullshit accusations gave false courage to other former Twitch employees to make shit up as well. I suspect all of you sort of planned and coordinated this attack. These journalists, these various outlets, they act like they're just gossip channels now, without any real journalism and real research happening.
How can real research happen when there's no actual evidence? What if a 42-year-old wanted to have an arranged marriage with a 13-year-old? Culturally or not, that shit in my eyes is not okay. Not okay. And in Doc's defense, this might be the one time that I'm going to throw a little bit. Yeah, this might be the one time I throw a little bit of defense his way. It probably wasn't a 13-year-old. Everybody has their cultures and, you know, their different beliefs and whatnot. That doesn't make it okay in mine. Like, I have my beliefs, I have whatever. But I will say that Doc wasn't, I don't think Doc was talking to a fucking 12-year-old. I don't think Doc was talking to a 14-year-old. If I had to guess, I would say that he was Twitch whispering a 16 to 17-year-old person. Still very fucked up, but we will proceed.
Reported on all this based on leaks from two former Twitch employees, one of whom was supposedly on the trust and safety team. If these anonymous sources worked on the trust and safety team at the time of my Twitch suspension in 2020, then you would hope they would tell the truth.
Yep. What's the truth? Somebody has the messages, right? It's as simple as that. It is literally that simple. Put them out there. I'm just saying.
But apparently that's just too much to ask. If these former trust and safety team members, and by the way, I know exactly who they are, actually had firsthand knowledge, then what they conveniently left out is, 1, Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally admitted that the whisper messages were not sexting. And 2, Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally acknowledged that the whispers did not constitute child sexual abuse material CSAM. Cody.
Great. I just want to go on record, okay? Once again, this is not defending this man in any way, shape, or form. Do I think that like Dr. Disrespect was sending dick pics to kids? Absolutely not. I don't. In a debate where there is no evidence whatsoever on either side, that's the stance that I've chosen to take. Because if that's his side of the story, there is also zero evidence. If there was Dr. Disrespect dick pics on the internet right now, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
And yeah, I used Twitch's whispers, but trust me, I wasn't sexting anyone. You also said the word minor, Cody. I even made sure that word was emphasized in my statement, edited, etc., just to make sure these so-called journalists would pick up on it. And boy, oh boy, did they ever, champs. When you and all these so-called journalists, Cody, fired off your tweets, Did any of you consider that the Twitch user may have been over the legal age of consent at the time of the messages? You did.
Is that an actual defense? So there are a couple of you that do not live in Wisconsin. I'm in Wisconsin. What is the age of consent in your state? I'll wait. 18. Oh, all right. We have a fucking winner. Me, as a 35-year-old man, if I were to inappropriately DM a minor, like somebody that's, let's say 16, and I have their consent, what would your take on that be? How would you guys feel about that, knowing how old I am? Because as long as we don't actually do anything, yeah, it definitely is. Like, if I were to inappropriately message somebody that's 16 years old in that state, I couldn't be prosecuted. All right, let's go on. Let's move on.
Neither did any of these journalists, and neither did Twitch at the time of the ban. You also tried to tell the world that I was trying to meet up with this user at TwitchCon, but you're wrong. Let's set the record straight. I never intended to meet this user ever. We never made plans to meet at TwitchCon or anywhere else, and in fact, we never met in person ever. Your bullshit accusations gave false courage to other former Twitch employees to make shit up as well.
Or did it give courage to people who were on the Twitch team at that time and just decided to speak up? What about the Me Too movement? How much of that was bullshit? I'm gonna say like 20 to 30% of it was bullshit. 70 to 80% of it was actual real life. That's my take. And this is one case, mind you. We're going there, all right? You're always gonna have bullshit claims with anything. Jesus Christ, so you're saying 60% of it was legit and 40%? All right, say less.
I suspect all of you sort of planned and coordinated this attack. These journalists, these various outlets, they act like they're just gossip channels now, without any real journalism and real research happening. They reported on all this based on leaks from 2 former Twitch employees, one of whom was supposedly on the trust and safety team. If these anonymous sources worked on the trust and safety team at the time of my Twitch suspension in 2020, then you would hope they would tell the truth. But apparently that's just too much to ask. If these former trust and safety team members, and by the way, I know exactly who they are,
names,
actually had firsthand knowledge, then what they conveniently left out is, 1, Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally admitted that the whisper messages were not sexting. And 2, Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally acknowledged that the whispers did not constitute child sexual abuse material CSAM. Cody Connors and these other anonymous sources are trying to paint a picture that I was exchanging sexually explicit messages and photos with this Twitch user. That never happened. I even used the word inappropriate purposely.
You kinda can't, because it got deleted. He edited his original post multiple times. Did he do that on purpose? Or did he just think, like when I edit my videos and I see some shit that like I'm gonna see some shit that I don't want to see, I get rid of it. Maybe he was just so emotionally charged when he posted his original post that he decided to change it. And I'm sure that the original post exists. I'm not gonna dig that much into it.
And look at how it's defined by everyone, champs, including these defaming articles. I'm sorry, but mutual bantering with inappropriate jokes taken out of context should have never led to me getting banned from Twitch in the first place.
What were the jokes? What did you say? What did they say? That is really the thing that's being called into question. Everything up until this is hearsay.
And this is not a situation where victims...
So they're jokes. If this is true, if what he's saying is true right now, why does he not show everybody the whispers?
This!
Instant. Why can't we see the whispers? Because now he's saying...
Bro, this is it. If you have proof, the whole thing, that this situation is lacking, if you have that and you're not posting it, you're a fucking retard. You have this whole conglomerate that is like opposed to you. They ban you. They demonetize you. They pay you out. Yeah. It's a settlement. You didn't commit a crime, but we don't want you on our platform. You did some shit that is very questionable, that isn't against the law, but we don't want you to continue streaming. It's as simple as that. If he didn't do anything wrong, anything at all, he'd still be on Twitch.
Saying that they're jokes. I mean, I make jokes all the time. Granted, I ain't doing the other stuff that he's done and doing, but I make jokes all the time. And if I made a joke and people were saying that it wasn't, I would show everyone it's a joke. Confusing, man.
Publicly accuses
is
someone of wrongdoing. That never happened. We're talking about allegations that Twitch made against me as a half-baked reason for justifying their actions of suspending and shutting down my channel. Allegations that Twitch made without even a legal analysis of whether the whisper messages were legal. I engage with my community. I engage with other streamers. And through Twitch Whispers, I communicate with Twitch users. Conversations that consisted of a variety of playing games and gaming politics, content creation, random stuff. This was the extent of my whispers with this Twitch user. On June 21st, 2020, my ex-Twitch partner manager learns that I exchanged whispers with a Twitch user. And I say ex-partner manager because for years, this guy didn't do anything for me, my community, or my channel. And it was just so obvious that he carried a grudge against the two-time. So after we signed with Twitch in 2019, we asked for a new partner manager. Just a few months later, that ex-Twitch partner manager is directly involved with getting me banned. Coincidence? The Twitch user tells this ex-Twitch partner manager that they do not want to report anything to Twitch. But this ex-Twitch partner manager encourages the user and even directs them to file a report directly with Twitch.
I will say on the Twitch side, man, there's been a lot of employees that have went through there. There are some weird people, man, weird people. I'll say that much for sure.
Even though the user told him clearly that we never physically met anywhere and that no photographs were exchanged. June 24th, 2020, Twitch's special operations team receives and reviews the user's report. They find no issues and determine that it did not warrant any further escalation to Twitch's law enforcement response team. That would have been the end. That should have been the end. But that partner manager, he had it out for the two-time. He finds out that no further action will be taken, so what does he do? He personally escalates the report to a friend on the Twitch's LER team. The LER team, remember, that's the Twitch's law enforcement response team. So a day later,
Twitch
on
has
June 25th,
a law enforcement team?
the LER analyst pulls the entirety of the whisper messages and begins discussing them with his director of the LER team. Mind you, this director is on vacation.
How did he know that the supervisor from the LER team was on vacation? They don't tell you that shit. How the fuck do you know? If you got banned on Twitch for inappropriately, I'm not going to use the term sexting because there's no proof of that. I will use the term inappropriately messaging a minor because that is something that you admitted to. If you inappropriately admitted to like messaging a minor and your case was sent to the head of the LER team or a case manager of the LER team, but they were on vacation, do you really think that they would fucking tell you that? You have just enough pull for them to tell you that the person handling your case is on vacation, but not enough pull to not get banned. Fuck out of here. Next.
The LER analyst cherry picks and sends a few targeted excerpts out of context from the whisper messages to this director. Now, if you do this, you can make anyone's messages look inappropriate, even when they...
Hey.
Do you want to see my...
I'm just saying, don't take that out of context or anything, but like, I'm just asking.
Aren't. Within less than 1 hour, this LER analyst and his director have made the decision to suspend me from Twitch. Twitch submits that report. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Guess what?
National Center for Missing...
As far as I know...
Who's missing? Who's missing? Did you kidnap this fucking kid? Why would that go to the center? The National Center, sorry, for Missing and Exploited Children. You sound wild right now.
And over 4 years have passed. They didn't do anything with the report. As far as I know...
Because the kid wasn't missing. Why would it go anywhere with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children if the child... Then he fucking called him a child. He called them a child. If they weren't missing, why would it go anywhere? Duck didn't kidnap this fucking kid.
They didn't escalate Twitch's report to law enforcement. Mind you, the same people that made this decision admit internally that the messages did not constitute sexting.
Why would the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children take this case. You didn't kidnap a child. This is where I start to go a little bit left. You're not a kidnapper. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to present the evidence, of which there's like fucking none on both sides.
As far as I know, they didn't escalate Twitch's report to law enforcement. Mind you, the same people that made this decision admit internally that the messages did not constitute sexting. The same people that made this decision at Twitch admit internally that the messages did not warrant any child sexual abuse material charge. Twitch makes this decision to terminate.
Hey, quick question. I'm not trying to push the limit or anything, but what's sexual abuse for a child? What is it? What's a child? What's sexual abuse? Like, where do we draw the line? Because you have two lines right now. You have minor, and then you have sexual abuse. Let's touch on that, no pun intended, in a little bit.
My contract and ban me while admitted they did not perform any legal analysis of whether the messages exchanged were illegal in any way. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitting that they never investigated the age of consent in the jurisdiction where the user's messages were sent and received. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me without ever interviewing me, the user, or any other third party, including the partner manager. I'm not going to get into every detail regarding my legal case. But these former Twitch employees that claim to have firsthand knowledge, they just don't have a clue. The judge in the case determined that the whispers were not illegal. So then why did Twitch use these messages against me? Why did Twitch treat the doc so differently from their other streamers outside of the obvious?
Yeah.
And trust me, we've worked hard.
Here's the thing. You've got the backstory, right? You've got the lore. Back in 2017, 2020 era, like them years, Dr. Disrespect was one of the fucking biggest names and biggest faces you could have looked up on Twitch. It's not up for debate. Why would Twitch want to terminate the contract of one of the biggest streamers on the platform? Can somebody answer that for me? Just arbitrarily? We need to find a reason to get rid of this guy? That doesn't make sense. Ninja and this guy and this guy and this guy are coming from fucking Mixer. Okay, fantastic. What does that have to do with you though, bro? You think Twitch doesn't have money to pay you? Get the fuck out of here. That's the part that legitimately becomes sus to me. If Twitch pays you out on your contract, they're gonna be bankrupt? Absolutely not. And then you blame your Twitch manager. Look, man, I will hire a manager today. I'm nobody today, all right? And I'll be a fucking nobody tomorrow, regardless of who I hire. Your manager doesn't make you. Your manager might make you bigger, but your manager doesn't fucking break you, okay? That's bullshit. Don't blame your fucking manager for some stupid shit that you did, all right? Because you guaranteed you did some shit.
For over a decade, to improve as a person, a husband, and father, and to get where we're at today. I mean, I'm in such a good place today. And all these people, they all act like they're just so perfect. I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be perfect.
I mean, good for him, man. You know?
Yeah, sometimes I do. But I also didn't do all the shit that they're saying I did.
People make mistakes.
But then that doesn't make a story, right? And by sensationalizing all this with big, inaccurate headlines like sexting and sexually explicit, you all got what you wanted at the expense of the tube time. Take a look at some of these horrendous acts of Twitch streamers that were never banned.
He did something wrong. He did something. I legitimately do not think that this Dr. Disrespect was fucking kids. I don't. Let other people tell it, sure. He did something wrong. He for sure did. He's not entirely wrong, but he is not disclosing the entire truth either, which makes him more guilty than innocent. I do not think this man is a pedophile. I don't. That doesn't make what you did okay. It also doesn't make it okay to defend this man and say that he did nothing wrong, like he's trying to say right now. He's like basically offering a half apology. If you're messaging somebody that's under the age of consent and you're 5 years old, or however old you were at the time, it's not okay.
I've got some examples right here. Example number one.
Wait, he's gonna start dry snitching. He's gonna start dry snitching.
at the expense of the tube time. Take a look at some of these horrendous acts of Twitch streamers that were never banned. I've got some examples right here. Example number 1. A streamer that frequently used the N-word while publicly streaming, which constitutes a violation of Twitch's policies if accompanied by hateful intent.
Who are they?
Twitch scheduled a meeting with the streamer to ascertain his intent to determine whether his conduct was a violation of Twitch's policies, ultimately determining
I don't even.
it was not a breach of Twitch's policies. Why wasn't
I don't know why he's doing this part.
Yeah, exactly.
Into a meeting. Why wasn't my intent taken into consideration, champs? Example number 2.
Yeah.
Streamer was reported.
If he's trying to prove a point that he was treated unfairly or just way differently, yeah, I mean, I think we'd all agree with that. I mean, that's just kind of crazy.
Reported for discussing doing things with deceased animals and discussing pedophilia, all while live streaming. Never suspended, but instead given a multi-million-dollar contract.
All right, I don't do any of these things. Where's mine?
What?
Example number 3. Streamer was reported for a sexually explicit stream involving children and telling children to send Snapchats of them playing with themselves. Never suspended, but instead, given a multi-million-dollar contract.
What are their names? I will be able to immediately, right now, if y'all want, I can give y'all 10,500,164 examples of people that were doing shit that they shouldn't have been doing on Twitch and not provide you their names on anything. Do y'all want to hear it? I don't feel like making up bullshit right now, but I can do it. Where's the fucking proof? Get the fuck out of here. You're talking about fucking multi-million-dollar contracts. We'll let him finish. He can be Taylor Swift and I'll be Kanye. We'll let him finish, but it's garbage.
What?
It's so obvious that certain Twitch executives, employees involved had personal biases against the doc and used all of this as an...
Hey, Nick said it better than I could in 3 words than I could in 3 paragraphs.
opportunity to terminate my contract. Go back and look at the timing of all this too. The doc's termination lines up with 2 preferable, profitable, and expensive streamers leaving Mixer. As soon as Twitch knew that Mixer had failed, these other expensive streamers needed a new streaming platform. So Twitch rushed through its decision to terminate the tube time. You see, I shouldn't even be banned from Twitch.
Look, man, I'm gonna tell it like it is. Anybody who knows anybody knew who the fuck Dr. Disrespect was in 2017 and 2020. Do you really think they're gonna ban you for fucking allegations, bro? Do you think they're gonna ban you for allegations to make room for other bigger streamers? Ninja? Yeah, he's a big streamer. They'll take him on board too. Do they really have to let you go to be able to afford Ninja? Bro, you're on meth and LSD and PCP. They let you go to make room for other streamers. That's what happened. That's why they made up the story of you messaging minors inappropriately. Really, that's why they did that. Without proof. Because yeah, Twitch paid you out. At the end of the day, you were absolutely the face of fucking Twitch. You were. At that time, it doesn't matter if Ninja wanted a $30 million contract. They got the doc. Are you serious? That doesn't even make sense. They'd have taken on Ninja and you, and they would have monopolized. That's your big story. Mixer was ending, and Ninja was on Mixer, and now Ninja had... Okay, now we got Ninja 2.
It has affected us on so many levels. Back in 2020 and now in 2024. Like I said, this was handled professionally years ago. No fucking wrongdoing. You know, through all this, we are where we are.
Somebody said something that fucking tweaked a nerve in your asshole, and you took a 2-month vacation, got demonetized, and then came back spouting this bullshit. What's true and what's not? I don't believe Cody Connors. I don't think you were sexting a fucking minor. I really don't. Do I think you broke a law, but you can't be charged criminally because you were in one state where the age of consent was probably 18 and the age of consent in the other state that you were messaging said Twitch user was under 18? Yes, I absolutely believe that. I also don't know what the messages were because none of y'all motherfuckers had the nuts to release them. So I am literally right here on the fence. Should you have gotten banned from Twitch after your reaction? 100%. Yeah.
And like a fucking man, I'll accept it. What I don't accept is sitting quietly by and let these idiots attack me with false accusations. No. For all these doc haters out there too, oh man, the ones that project and project and project and project and worry about everyone else's problems, right? I can't understand that mindset. I could care less. We've always stayed in our lane. And I'm not denying the exchange of whispers, champs. I'm not denying that.
You stay in that lane because those motherfuckers don't have their driver's license yet. Moving on.
To all of you out there, it looks
Okay, so
bad.
it's not denying
I have
it.
no way of knowing if the Twitch user thought our exchange of whispers was inappropriate. If it was, I apologize.
How do you not know? That's another big question. You're saying that what you did was not sexting and it wasn't wrong at all. Then what's the problem?
All I know is that I never did what Twitch, Cody Connors, or the public is claiming that I did. I'm not saying anything more about any of this, right? Unless I need to, because trust me,
So he's kind of
have
saying
more
that
I
this
haven't
was a
disclosed.
joke.
I just want to get
He
back
was joking.
to what we do best. Put on a show and climb our way to the tippity top of the mountain, man.
Very interesting. All right, so my thoughts after hearing this guy's whole spiel, man. I mean, the situation itself just sucks entirely. From all of our POVs, man, all of it sucks. The vibe that I'm getting
It
from
sucks.
Doc is that original tweet he had put out, he's backtracking, which I think was a terrible post to put out initially. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys already seen this tweet.
Hello. I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the fucking bullshit. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about, and I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now and not in 2020. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio, who, for the record, all dropped him like he was a 5-ton smoldering hot ball of iron. I'm just gonna say that. That's not in the post. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and we made the painful decision, he's French now, collectively to have me step down. And he was the head of the fucking company. Our team is full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I never want jeopardize the culture that we have carefully crafted. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. We'll get back to that. Now that's 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations. I can now tell you my side of the story. Doc, why can't you show the whispers? If 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusation. This is in high school.
There's a lot of people on Twitter and my Instagram DMs and YouTube
Great.
comments saying, Nick, you're a terrible friend. You should have stuck by this guy when he needed you. You
Stick with the facts. Stick with Nick. That's my campaign.
Tim, Z-Laner, you guys made a huge mistake. You should have waited for the facts. You should have
Where are the facts? Where are they?
called him and talked to him. Look, we had a short, quick conversation. He sent a text to the boys and I, and he apologized for us ever being dragged into this. And it pretty much
Did he apologize for not spitting facts?
ended right there. That same day, he had put out his tweet. And in that tweet, he had admitted to sending inappropriate texts or whatever to a minor.
Okay then. That's all you need.
Those were his words. Not mine, not Tim's, not whoever. Now, he later deleted this tweet. Personally, I don't think it changes much. And I understand that
It doesn't change anything aside from the fact it actually makes him look worse because he posted some shit and he deleted it. Probably because it made him look worse than he intended it to. Am I wrong?
Feels the need to defend himself. I know a lot of people are coming at him. And I know his premise and what he's dying on is that what he did was not illegal. And look, I get that. But at the end of the day, you messaged a minor.
Oh, bro, that's it. It doesn't matter if it was a fucking... if what you did was illegal. The age of consent in my state is 18. There are certain states, most of them actually and unfortunately, that are not 18 and they are 16 years old or possibly lower. I didn't Google that because why the fuck would I Google that? But yeah, the term adult does not carry across the board everywhere. You might not have done something illegal, but you're a fucking creep and you can't even admit to it. I would have just a little bit more respect if you would have said exactly what the fuck happened and leaked the Twitch whispers, but you can't. So we proceed.
And it was inappropriate. For me, this is not about legality. And I don't want to beat a dead horse, man. I don't want to talk too much shit about this guy. I give it as good as I get it. A lot of people were coming at me yesterday on Twitter, so I called him a bad word. But I want to be honest, man. Him doing what he did, I think he was being that. Late 30s, you got a kid, a wife.
I think that the word that Nick Merckx wanted to use but didn't was file. But I don't think the doc, like I said, I tried to stay on the fence about things I have no proof about. I don't think Doc the kid. I think Doc said some shit that he shouldn't have to a kid. That's facts. It's also not okay. It's just worse because you can't tell us what you said. That's the worst part to me. If you can't fess up and own up, so you can make a whole fucking X post or Twitter post or whatever the fuck they call it now about what happened, but you can't make a post about what happened. You can make a whole I'm back YouTube stream about what happened, but you can't post about what happened. It gets deeper, guys.
And you're doing stuff like that, man. My morals, my understanding of the situation is I firmly believe that he was wrong. I don't care if he didn't break any laws. I don't care if a judge found him guilty or not. He admitted to it. We know enough that there was at least a conversation going on. We also know that he admitted to cheating on his wife. You can put two and two together. Now, as far as the Twitch ban, listen, there's a lot of people there that don't make great decisions. I also have no doubt in my mind there were people at Twitch that were plotting against Doc. No doubt.
I do. This might just be coming from an affiliate with 101 followers and 3 to 4 average viewers. But if I was in Doc's seat, what the fuck do they have to be mad about? He is absolutely, at that time, the face of the platform. He was dropping names like fucking Ninja. Now we have Ninja and Dr. Disrespect? Are you fucking kidding me? Why would they have to get rid of one and replace the other? That would be an asinine move on anybody's part. They already have you. You signed the contract. They wanted to get rid of you for another reason.
Crazy things that have gone unpunished. All the hot tub, bikini streams, people using slurs, etc., etc.
I'm going to say this. I am literally going to say this one time, okay, about that. And this isn't even pertaining to the Doc case. If I could get views just because my boxers had a fucking dick print, I would never wear pants again on stream, okay? That is not hate for the ladies. That is them embracing what the good Lord gave them. If they don't get banned, more power to them. I hate this whole women get more views because they have titties things. If it came down to me, like a guy or a chick with nice titties, and they both played video games like shit, I'm watching the chick that has nice titties. Ban me, please, do it. If there is a woman on Twitch in a fucking bikini and a hot tub, you really think that she doesn't know what she's doing? Come on now. Now, are the people in her whispers of age? Because that comes into question. Yeah, that does.
Etc. But all that said, Twitch is a private company that can do whatever it wants. Now, the next one for me is not revealing the whispers. I see a lot of people saying before they...
That is the only thing. That is literally the only thing. That's all that matters. That is all that matters. That is all that matters. I'm gonna say it again. That's all that fucking matters. If you have them, which you fucking do, and you haven't released them, you are hurting your cause exponentially. And the longer you wait to release them, that's on you, bro. You have this guy, right? That's like, he was inappropriately messaging a minor. He was sexting a minor, Cody actually said. Somebody says that about me. I have all my DMs from like ever. No, I wasn't. Here's the proof. Why can't you do that?
Give their judgment. They want to see the whole thing. Now, to me, him admitting that these texts or whatever were inappropriate, that's enough. But now, since he's clearly backtracking, why isn't he putting out the whispers, man? If he's so adamant about the...
I've had a lot of inappropriate conversations with people that didn't borderline on sexual. Inappropriate is like, it's a mile, dude. It's a mile. But the only thing is, he doesn't have proof.
Them not being bad. Why don't you show everybody? Now, to wrap this whole thing up,
that's true.
God knows that's what I want to do, man. Does Doc's new comments change the way that I think about the situation entirely? No. Am I gonna associate myself with the guy again?
No.
No. To anybody who sees this upload or gets this far, look, in life, you gotta have lines that you just don't cross. There's got to be things that you just don't do, that you can't do. And a lot of times, oftentimes, that's up to you to decide. In your mind and in your heart, you make those decisions. I've made mine.
You don't do that. You can literally just disassemble all of the negativity instantly. But instead, what do? I'm about to show you. Oh, that's weird. I had this open. I don't know why. Just watch, guys.
People want to show the message, release the messages, show the messages. What are we in second grade?
Really? Yes. Show the fucking messages, Doc. That's it. That will be it. That will be the end of it. What did you say? What was said? That's the problem. You have Cody saying this and you have you saying that. But we have nobody saying what was actually said. If one of y'all has proof, you've had them for a while. It doesn't need to be second grade, dog. If you have a grown-ass man talking shit about you and you have evidence that will resolve things without a physical altercation, which would be the ideal resolution of a situation like this, yes, release the fucking messages. This is suspect. Look at how he reacts.
So like I said, champs, during this, YouTube demonetized us.
Yep, I'm not gonna acknowledge it any further than this. I'm not gonna release the whispers, even though it would admonish me definitively of any wrongdoing. Even though the NDA that was in place from the litigation that I had with Twitch was basically, it doesn't exist anymore. After Cody said what he had to say, I'm not posting the whispers. Why would I post the whispers? That's kid shit. Are you fucking kidding me? That's second grade shit. You have literally like 5% of the planet talking shit about you right now and calling you things that I don't even believe you are. I'm not gonna call you that, but I think you did some shit you shouldn't have. I just wanna know how bad it was because maybe you are, but you won't. That's the problem. That is 100% the problem, Doc. And for you to just disregard the one thing that would admonish you of any wrongdoing is kind of an insinuation that you did something you shouldn't have did. I'm just saying, bro. I didn't want to take this much time on it. I really didn't. I'm a small time fucking streamer, bro. I get like 3 to 6 views per stream. I used to look up to you, and the way that you handled this situation was childish. Ironically, it was childish. Yeah, do better, bro. I'm not saying you're guilty of anything, but I'm not gonna fucking call you innocent. That's all I gotta say about that. Champs. Holy fucking shit. What a train wreck that was, huh? Okay. I just want to say a couple things. That was taken from a stream that I did just this past week. I was clearly a little bit sauced up, guys. That doesn't mean that my opinion or anything I said in that stream has changed, because it hasn't. That's why I'm still putting it out there. I'm a grown-ass man. If I want to have a couple, fuck it. If I want to have a couple on stream, fuck it. Nobody got hurt, except maybe a couple people's egos or feelings or whatever. I do want to thank you guys for sticking around, watching my first reaction video. This is all new to me. I just want to also go on record and say I can hear it now. I'm clout chasing, right? Inherently, yeah, I kind of am. Nobody knows who the fuck I am. Everybody knows who the fuck Doc is. That doesn't mean that I don't have a genuine opinion about the situation and what's been going on. That's why I've been a little bit late to put this shit out. Like, this happened almost a month ago now. That doesn't mean that I'm not allowed to have opinions. Everybody's heard of this. Everybody has an opinion on it. Not everybody has the means to put their opinion out into the ether. I have the platform. I have the technology. So I'm gonna do it. If you agree, amazing. If you don't, amazing. I didn't do this for validation from anybody, just to let you guys know where I stand on the situation. Either way, I do want to know what you thought about it. Don't be afraid to drop a comment. You know where to leave them. Hit that like button. It really does help me out. Another thing I wanted to mention formally, I am going to be doing a giveaway of some sort sometime in November. So what happened was, I was trying to get a limited edition PS5 Pro console. Nobody got one of those. I'm pretty sure the things don't even exist. What I did manage to snag was a limited edition PS5 Pro controller. I did get one of those. It's on pre-order. They ship, I believe they start shipping November 9th. I don't really use my PS5 anymore since I got my PC and my setup. I'm gonna give it to one of you guys. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do that yet. When I know, just make sure to hit that sub button. That way, when I do decide when and how I'm gonna go about doing this, you're eligible and you have a shot at the controller. I really do appreciate you guys sticking through this. I said, let me know how I'm doing. I don't do this shit for me. It's not me tube. You know, I say it all the time. It's for you guys. I am trying to constantly improve. Right now, I'm working a little bit more at my full-time job than I want to. It's hard to put content out as often and consistently as I'd like. I really am trying. Any tips, tricks, questions, comments, concerns, like I said, don't be afraid to let me know what you think. Until then, guys, just remember that you don't have to be good to have a good time. Peace!